Round 2 now from Gongmana for 2023. Live at the Kiama Sports Grounds. The picturesque Kiama Sports Grounds. Kiama Beach in the background. And in front of us we have Edamame Dearest versus Best Part. And this is round 2, so you would expect these teams to potentially be a little bit close in their abilities, because their results have led them now to face each other, as Timo Copland is just going to launch one for the score. And Jack Gray sporting some throwback shorts. It's the one who gives the outcut. See him drive forward, engage Wes Flavel, who was playing defense. Well, what a start. 3 passes, score. Edamame Dearest made up of players from all over by the looks. Numerous ellipsis stars. Weir from Queensland. Holly Reeve from everywhere. John O'Keys is actually listed on this team as playing. You can see him on the far sideline. He's got a drink and some sunscreen, so fancy him joining the line at some point in the first few points. And Holly Reeve to pull. That's a big one. Conrad Wallace underneath it. And young Eric Dang. Alex Shepherd sporting the bright blue Hawaiian shirt. Ryan. Alexander, and now Ryan again. Some names on this team. Shepherd, breaking. Shepherd in his usual stylish style. Alexander doesn't get it. Simone Ryan at the back makes up for it. After a momentary wobble, Edamame Dearest Shepherd, quick hands, reaching out there. Alexander, I think, had more time with that one than she first anticipated. And Ryan making up for it at the back. Shepherd probably wanting to hit the... Oh no. Sarah Hammer. Big smile on her face. And a big warm welcome back to Ultimate for Sarah Hammer. Retired for a few years there and has since come back out of retirement to play a little bit more Ultimate, play a fun tournament. Reeve faking the hammer. Or gets hand blocked on the mark by Hammer. And goes. Shepherd decides to reset. Now Shepherd going. Big, long, reaching throw. Reeve underneath it. Sam Butler trying to get up and over. Across the field they go. Keys with that punchy throw. This one that's going to hang. As Butler's the one tallest and in best position. Oh, Huck going back the other way. Multiple players in the area. Mortimer. We'll come back on the foul call by the looks. Another opportunity. Shepherd trying to shake and bake away. The stack sets. There's a lot of space to the break side. Butler on the open side. Well, that's a break. So, Edamame, Dearest. Early in this game. Plenty of time and no reason to panic. Lavelle with the wraparound reflective sunglasses. Starting on the low side of the field. Bold strategy. It's going to be hard to hold this disc in. And it's fetched up in the picnic area in the nearby. Quick fence jump to recover the disc. And we'll play on from the brick mark. Tupper. Oh, Tupper just breaking through. Dungy. Oh, and Chang going low to try and catch that. Alexander, in typical style, has made an 80-metre cut for a 10-metre gain, and then ripped a dime to Sarah Hammer. You can see that Alexander had finished an out cut, started an in cut, got the gain. And then Hammer, knowing that Alexander has that throw, that ability to reach down the field. Controlled huck, that one. The ultimate continuing on, a growing contingent of children come with it. Speaking of children, there's the dad of one of them, Mike Neild, with the disc in hand. Neild going the big old outside in. Again, that one's not going to be in, so another brick. Going low, grabbing that one. Now Shears. Oh, she's going to cut this into the end zone. And Flavel, big over the top. Neild goes fast. Now Gregory, back into Ryan. They go fast. Shepherd. The flow stops. Shepherd, Hammer to Gregory. Yeah, that's a goal. And best part now, find another break. On the fast break, they take advantage. Local seeing flight cruising overhead. There's a drone somewhere as well here at some stage. Hammer with the disc. Oop. Having a lot of trouble with the pull. That one's going to stay in. Reeve. Sporting the wraparound Cyclops sunglasses. Now Keys. Della. Reeve. Back to Weir. And Weir just lighting it up to Lucy Della. Weir off the back foot. Oh, that is the most awkward celebration I've ever seen, and I feel like it's deliberate. The level of cringe. Della and Weir, two very cool people. See Della, the give go, clears out the space. Then Weir, taking a look up, just goes straight away to space, knowing that Della has the wheels to track in almost everything. Reeve, disc in hand, goes the reverse spin, and then the pull. Kneeled. Has an outcut. Likes to go instead to the reset of Shepherd. Now kneeled. Alexander. Oh, that's picked off. Andrews. His first touch of the day is a block. Keys just goes straight back to him with a blading backhand of all throws. Now Keys in the middle. Tupper. Oh, kneeled with a sniff. Doesn't want it. Keys gets a reset. Oh, Chang. His left hand. Didn't realise that Reeve was immediately behind her. And now Andrews under pressure. Butler comes up with a grab. And best part continue. They continue to punch in scores. Andrews, I think, half a step short of where he was wanting to be to really affect that. Butler just had enough there. Had enough of a step. A big thank you to Red Bull for sponsoring the tournament, giving us the extra energy to play this game. Have a great time here in Kiama. Giving us an extra boost of energy. Della signaling ready, and Flavel goes the outside in this time. This one's going to land in bounds. Reeve. Della creates some space. And then the all goes the around backhand as Della looking for Weir. And Weir nearly murders Eric Deng. Weir had no consideration for Eric Deng. Was just going to go over the top of him. Nearly did in the end. Mortimer. To Conrad Wallace. Gregory. Back to Wallace. Now Mortimer. Flavel in a bit of space. Pick down the field. Jack Gray. Something happened there. Maybe the bottom of his shoes come off. Somewhat inconvenient. That pass bouncing slightly. Luckily, Conrad of Wallace, fairly tall human. Ryan resetting. Mortimer. She's worked free. Now back to Gregory. Power position for Wallace. Deng's gone to the other side of the field. Conversations on the mark. Wallace gets the reset off. And then Wallace goes to the break side. And Flavel had space out the back on Andrews. Best part again. 6-2 now. This game not going the way that I thought it was going to. The names and talent that Edamame Dearest has. Thought there's going to be a little bit more. Another pull downwind now for best part. Really a dangerous time. Edamame Dearest. Whilst it wasn't panic stations earlier, he's beginning to head that way with halftime looming. Not a ton of time in this game. At 70 minutes, we go to a soft cap time cap rule, which means that we finish the point and add one. Play to that. And at 80 minutes, it's a hard cap. So there's not a huge amount of time as Sam Butler goes with a loopy left-handed backhand pull. We only wanted shears. When that pass just too close. Butler jumps it. Conrad Wallace going to go to it. Now Shepherd splitting the defense as he seems to do. Wallace, Shepherd. The overrun is there. Oh, Andrews turns around at the right minute. We are too far for shears. So Edamame Dearest, they give it back straight away. Alexander gets around the edge. And Wallace gets down for it. And then Wallace going for Shepherd. Shepherd turns on the afterburners. Gets to it. Did he stay in? Yeah, it's been called as a point. Alex Shepherd way too fast. The conversations are actually about whether or not he was in. I think that's Nick Lilly, the taller timber there. He called him as in. So we'll turn back to the replay. See what we can see. Shepherd so speedy. Yeah, well, maybe. Had he dragged his foot, it's a definite yes, but, I mean, it's close enough. Conrad Wallace, he wants it. He threw it. I mean, it's really, it's too close to call. So the call on the field is just going to have to be whatever they figure out there. Looks like it's going to be left as a goal. Alex Shepherd will get himself a score. So it felt in, Alex?
Felt in, yeah. The right foot felt down.
I'm going to be honest with you. You needed to drag your toe, bro. Because look, see, it's like, it's too close to call.
It is. Blades of grass.
Blades of grass, you know. And I think this is the great part about Ultimate is you boys on the field will figure it out.
They had a good discussion. The discussion was about the front foot, so the off foot. Oh. I have a feeling that it was down, but that's just my opinion, and they had a different opinion, and we talked it out. That's what Ultimate's all about, hey?
Yeah, it is. How are you?
Very good, very good. How are you guys?
Yeah, not too bad. How are you enjoying the tournament so far?
It's the best tournament in Australia, if not the world.
There you go.
Yeah.
I'll let you get back to it.
Thank you very much.
Just completely stole you from the game. Thanks, Alex.
No, all good, all good. Anytime, I'll pop around and say hello.
Yeah, no worries. We'll get your thoughts later. Thank you for that. Alex Shepherd, I literally just grabbed him as he walked past on the sideline. One of the most spirited men in Ultimate. You know, like, if Alex kind of turned to you and said, I felt in, you'd probably believe him. You'd have a tendency to just be like, yeah, all right, fair enough. You're too nice. So that takes us to 7 points to 2. Edamame, Dearest, a lot to do here. They are downwind on offense. They need this. And Hammer is not going to make it easy for them. A good ball that's going to land inbounds, and Reeve wants it and ships it to Della, and Della drops it. Is that maybe just an emblematic moment for Edamame Dearest in this game? It's just not working. So Eric Dang will bring it up. Takes on the handler duties. Mortimer gets them going. And Ryan has Gregory gone. Butler back to Ryan. Simone Ryan back in the inside channel. And Mortimer goes through her hands. Tupper, Reeve, the Hollies combine. Reeve having a bit of fun out there. And Della, Tupper again. Now Reeve. Reeve. And Tupper is going to go the outside in. It looks pretty good, and it gets dropped again in the end zone. Great throw by Tupper. The spots where the disc needed to go, gets it to the receiver. The play is not made. Butler. Now Gregory. Mortimer. Oh, that is low. Reeve wants to get it on. Hammer. Copland. And now Butler. Butler just goes to Ryan, and Ryan, who's so tall, comes off second best with Reeve out-reading her. Dungay. And Riley Wood gets the break off. Della. Now Chang. Dungay. Dungy goes the blading forehand. Riley Wood hands on hips, looking back. Good first half so far for best part. Not so much for Edamame Dearest. Turnovers have been costly. Flavel. Ryan gets covered well by Della. Oh, and then Hammer. No ill effects from the retirement. And Hammer is going to try and catch out Holly Reeve right now. Reeve went to pick it up, and it's kind of been fumbled. I think Hammer was winding her up, saying that that was a turnover. Discus tapped in. Reeve, coming all the way across the field. Is going to test Flavel. Gets the turnover. Butler. And then Butler. Oh, it's going to fade. Ryan's going to have to do a lot. Reeve just reeling it in. It's a substantial height difference between Reeve and Ryan, but so far Reeve has the measure of her taller opponent. Della back to Copeland. Sporting an outstanding mustache is Timo Copeland. Oh, a round backhand to Dungy. They needed that, did Edamame Dearest. And now 7-3. A little bit of hope. With another break. Edamame Dearest, like 8-4, isn't insurmountable. Especially given the Swiss draw format. Close games are rewarded. The smaller that points deficit, the better. So every score matters, especially if you're losing. Some players not get it up at the moment for Edamame Dearest. Asaka Latoya barefoot on the sideline at the moment. Oh, that's going to get played in by Shepherd. Wallace and Shepherd. The step through forehand. Hammer. Best part. Figuring it out. Oh, and that is some block by We Are. And then she goes. Has the step. Keys could have reached for her. Decides to play a little bit short, I think, as We Are had slowed the cut. Now Keys back to Shears. The effect of John O'Keefe cannot be overstated, I don't think. And off the back of some individual brilliance by Kiawea, Edamame Dearest do get that break. They bring the game back to 7-4. This block is just athleticism and heart. Certainly a willingness to put in the effort. Kiawea just putting herself in the perfect spot to make that play. A little bit of a power line, I think, for Edamame Dearest. Jack Gray out there, Dave Andrews, Johnny Keys, Rosie Dawson, Lucy Della. Don't think there's a line that could be much stronger, short of potentially bringing out Kiawea. And Ryan, oh, that is some throw. And now Neild just goes to the end zone, does Neild. And that'll take us to halftime. There's Mike Neild. Really nice backhand from him. And it looks like actually that he's wearing that shirt unironically. Like he probably pulled that from the back of his cupboard. Everyone else on his team's probably had to go out and shop for their Hawaiian shirt. He probably had that, and it's probably an authentic, 1990s, early 2000s Hawaiian shirt. So I think we'll head to a quick halftime break here in this game. The score 8-4 with Best Part leading Edamame Dearest. We'll be back after some of these replays. think, as we turn our thoughts back to the first half. Some real costly errors by Edamame Dearest. They had plenty of opportunities, but tended to give them up. Costly drops at times. So the second half. Time potentially for the comeback. Mitchell with the disc. And he will pull. Left-handed as well, so it's going to catch the wind. It's quite a long pull. Goes out of bounds on the fall. Alex Shepherd will gather that and bring it back to the brick mark. Third of the way up the field, in the middle. Great place to play from on offense. Space on both sides to throw into. Shepherd pointing out where the actual brick mark is, Jack Gray. Was a little bit too far up the field. Kneeled. Works. Clears space for Shepherd. And Mortimer. Mortimer on the goal line. Shepherd who gets it and creates the space back to the middle. Now Deng. Oh, and then behind the momentum of Shepherd. It's Keys. Weir. Oh, Kaya Weir. She's flicked the wrist and the disc is just taken off. That is a huge throw with no wind-up. We've just received our lunch delivery. I'm going to talk about that in a moment. Hammer. There's a reset. It didn't like what she had in front of her. Kneeled. And Kneeled is going to send it. Looking for Hammer, both Shears and Gray in the area. It's Shears who has the wheels. Now Gray. Keys. Weir had gone, so Deng poaches off to try and prevent Edamame Dearest from a dangerous connection of Keys to Weir. Wood. Weir getting the reset. Weir shooting with a hammer. Wallace. He whiffs, does Wallace, and Della. Della wins. Edamame Dearest score their fifth. Kaya Weir just getting a bit lucky, I think. Ill-advised throw. Just testing the defense. Wallace really should have made the play, doesn't. Well, Lucy Della. So we'll talk about lunch because we've just had it delivered by Mandy herself, Mandy Lee, the tournament director. And it's the same lunch the players get. So there's gourmet pies, gourmet sausage rolls, and even a pasty. What a tournament. Ooh, that's a big floofy dog. And so we'll turn our attention back to the game now that the food and the local pets have distracted us. Reeve. The Cyclops sunglasses, certainly unique. Butler goes across to Neil. And Neil this time looking for Alexander, but that throw is inside out, so moving away from the cut of Danny Alexander. It's going to take something special for Alexander to track that down. Andrews in an acre of space. Tupper. Dungy. Too much for him. It's the best part, go fast. Flavel out in front to Butler. He comes back, makes up his ground. Neil's at the back. Ryan's at the front. And Simone Ryan scores. Quick stuff for them. And because this tournament is all about the community and having a good time, I'm going to invite a young man, a local young man, onto the on the microphone. So, for the viewers at home, who are you? And tell us a little bit about yourself.
Thank you so much for the opportunity. Callum Faulkner, local boy playing for Mob, Gong representing. Really happy to be here. Not to be confused with Callum Conway. That would never happen. No,
it would never happen. Not in a professional outfit such as this.
Absolutely not.
I hear that you're close friends with a lot of players from Edamame Dearest. Tell me, what do you know? Give us some insight into this this O-line that we're about to see.
Well, this O-line, you can't go too far past Rosie Dawson making a grand appearance. Freak player, one of the best ever. I'm going to say it. I'm brave enough to. One of the best ever to play the sport. Alongside her, we've got Andy Mitchell, freak import from the UK. One of the best throwers in Australia, if not the world. I'll say it again. I'm brave enough to. The whole world. And other people on there. Obviously, we've got Deacon, Young Gun, coming through the ranks of Gong. Obviously, we've got our big names. Hannah Shears, Holly Reeves, Kaya Weir, Timo Cleese. It's a very good line.
So Copeland will be the one who picks it up. Mitchell. He's just going to go outside in and has spotted Reeve.
It's almost like I said he's the best thrower in the country. Something like that. What a gun. Absolute freak. Unbelievable.
So what's the experience been like at Gongmana for 2023 so far?
Oh, it's fantastic. I missed out last year. Was away, and got to say, this is, I think, one of the best tournaments in the country. I mean,
what makes it the best, Cal?
I think you've got to look at the scenery. I mean, we've got the beach right there. Everyone's here to have a good time. I mean, some of the outfits going on the field they're impeccable. It's flawless fashion going around. Everyone's playing some very, very good Frisbee. I just think it's great.
Okay. So defense, you're down 9-6. What's something that you kind of reach for if you're in this situation? Like, what are you looking to do out there on the field?
Personally, I'm looking to make a big play, I think. Would be ideal. I think.
Fire up the team?
Fire up the team. I mean, we've brought on Callum Dungy. He is the key to this defense, I think. He is an absolute animal out there. I think it's the right move from the leadership of...
Sporting the green bucket hat, sun safety, always a prime consideration for these long days.
Especially coming up from the deep south of Tasmania. You know, this sun, it's something he's probably only seen it.
He's not seen it in 8 months.
No.
So he's walked out in the sunlight and gone, oh, I need some sunglasses maybe.
Get the bucket hat on straight away. His poor skin will be flaking up by the end of the day.
Deng going quick. Mortimer They go fast melee. Now Mortimer again. Wallace runs into Hammer a little bit. And Hammer, Wallace has just completely overcooked that. Sarah Hammer, who was in an acre of space out in the middle of nowhere.
In the booth. Andy Mitchell fielding the disc. Flies Timo. It's a lovely dump.
Reset into a lot of space.
There he is. Star player. Great throw. Right to Mrs. Dungy. You love to see it.
She's trying to break. Goes straight to Wallace. And Mortimer is just going to hit ding, laces out.
It's a lovely throw.
Another score for best part. 10-4. No, sorry, 10-6. 10-6. Shears, costly.
Eric Dane looking very good in this lineup. Bringing the average age a little down, but absolute athletic specimen with some really good pants, has to be said.
A connoisseur of loud pants yourself, sporting the bright red ones we saw in the previous game.
We do love the bright red pants. And yeah, I think he might be outdoing me almost. They are some immaculate shin swingers, aren't they?
Shin swingers. Well, Jack Gray is featuring the
veteran,
a pair of shin swingers himself, and you know this is a little bit before your time, but those shorts that Jack are wearing—that's what we used to wear playing Ultimate, you know, early 2000s.
Time cap. How's it gone?
Of course, we did start, well, approximately 15 minutes late because that is the 70-minute bell.
Strict schedule at Gongmana.
Plenty of games to play. 10-6, which means we add one to the score and play to that.
Would love to see a game to 11.
Flavel. He's been flirting with his sideline all day. It seems like he's got it dialed in now. And here's Keys. Reeve with free arms. Still no one on the mark. Gray, Keys. Keys at full speed goes to Dawson, and again Keys, the locksmith at work.
Wow.
Nothing's going to keep him out. Unlocks the defense. And
too easy for him.
A game to 11. Cal, tell us, you're familiar with Jono.
Yes.
What's it like playing against him?
Against him, terrible. You don't want to do it. He is one of the craftiest young men you'll come across, and just one of those people where his brain is always ahead of yours. You just have to try and keep up, try to get in the way best you can, but he's just very, very difficult to stop.
Because Wollongong Ultimate, over the last 10 or so years, has really developed. What's it like playing here on the South Coast?
I think it's really good when we look at how far we've come in just the last few years. It's something quite special. Being around the club for 5 years and going from a Div 2 team and just bringing up all this young talent, it's just great to watch. It's really inspiring when you've got young leaders like Jono really putting himself right at the front of the game, taking it all the way on the big stage, captaining the under-24s teams.
There was a big moment a few years ago when Crank beat I-Beam. That, I think, was the real moment when Wollongong Ultimate had arrived.
See, here to stay. Here to stay.
And the rivalry that had died out for a little while there. Wollongong v Newcastle was hot until things fell off for Wollongong.
Yeah,
but now it's
back.
It's back, and it's potentially gone in the other direction with the Gong having the wood.
Yeah, the Steel City plate does belong to us, I think, at the moment. I could be wrong. I always like to think it belongs to us.
Well, you've got Gold Cup coming up, and you'll have the opportunity to back up your words, young man.
Well,
Ryan,
no pressure.
This is for the game. Alexander Wallace has running in circles. Gets it anyway. Alexander around the edge to Butler. That's for the game.
Wow.
And best part, run out victors in this one, 11-7. Not the worst of results, though, for Edamame Dearest. A loss isn't really a loss because you still get points for losing.
Swiss draw.
What are your thoughts on the Swiss draw?
I like
Quickly.
it. Never been involved in it, but great. Good little concept. I think it's good. Close games still get rewarded.
And to close things out, Cal, what are your final thoughts for this one or for the tournament?
The tournament, I think, best part looking red hot. I think they could go all the way. Some big margins so far. So you'd love to see them up there, but I also feel for Edamame Dearest. Unlucky for them, but keen to go play.
Well, good luck for the next game. Thank you for joining us. And on behalf of Cal Faulkner, my name is Daniel Clinton. And we'll see you again very soon for the next game.
ULTI.TV